We are back for another instalment of EV Morning, so you grab yourself a cup of coffee and settle in for the latest EV news. Now, the biggest story this week has, of course, been the IAA Mobility Show in Germany, but we've got some other news stories to bring you as well. Stay tuned for the details. Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Martyn Lee, and if you like what we do here, make sure you hit subscribe and the bell icon so you never miss a show. Well, despite all the excitement of EVs taking over at IAA in Munich, in contrast to Tesla's factory delays in Germany, there's actually loads going on around the world. One of Tesla's great strengths is their supercharging network, and it's going to get even stronger. Yes, they've just completed construction of a factory in China that'll produce the supercharger stalls themselves. It's a relatively small factory in comparison to what makes the cars, but it's due to operate for about 300 days a year, 22 hours a day. When it ramps up to full production, should be making about 10,000 V3 units a year. And while we're talking about Tesla, worth mentioning their factory in Nevada has made its 1 millionth battery pack. That's a lot of batteries. Of course, they've been making plenty of 2170 cylindrical cells that go into the Model 3 and Y. So production, we think, is about 35 gigawatt hours annually. They want to get to 40 gigawatt hours by the time the factory completes its 14th production line. Well, I love EVs, and I'm partial to a cheeky beer. So when I hear a story about those two things combined, I'm interested. The Dutch company Zero Emission Services supplied the first ship to feature a battery-powered container, the Alphenaar. Sails between Alphen aan den Rijn and Moerdijk. And can you guess what the cargo is? Heineken, one of the companies to sign up for 10 years to see their beer transported through inland waterways to the port of Rotterdam. What are the details? A 2 megawatt hour battery stuffed into a pretty standard 20-foot shipping container. Also houses all the safety and comms equipment. 45 modules make up the battery. The containers can be removed and swapped when they get to port. They can be charged on renewable energy. And the company reckons that 2 packs on board can sail the ship for a few hours, covering 120 kilometers. Let's talk about the IAA Mobility Show this year in Munich. If you've been living under a rock and not checking out our channel lately, well then you can't help but have seen all the great content coming out of IAA. Lucky enough to have our own Daniel there with his camera to get some insight. So many cars at the show, so many prototypes and concepts, vehicles, but no way to get through them all here. Make sure that you do subscribe to the channel. Check out all of the videos over the past few days we've been releasing from IAA. Daniel had already driven the BMW i4 M50, that's the quick one. So he did a bit of a walk around and had a look at the car. We've already covered it in detail. Check out that video later if you want to. I think it's a really promising car, and good to see traditional manufacturers having a decent attempt at a saloon style rather than just another SUV. Speaking of which, Daniel stayed on the BMW stand to look at the iX. Now that's built on a custom EV platform. I'm really excited about the iX. He has his doubts about the car in terms of its size and design, but he took time to have a look around and look at some of the features to give it a balanced view. It wasn't all giant, luxurious vehicles in Munich. There's plenty, like the Aura Cat, the city one, the Sono Scion, that's the solar-powered one. Hey, the Aura Cat was described by Daniel as like nothing he's seen before. Hatchback-style EV, 60 kilowatt-hour capacity battery, 30,000 euros, about 25,000 pounds or 35,000 US dollars. He was impressed with the quality. He took a good look around the City One. That's a 10 kilowatt hour battery in that car, in addition to a further 16 kilowatt hours of removable battery packs housed under the floor. The boot. Perhaps most surprising is the weight of the car, as it comes in at a ton. I take it back. Even more interesting is that you can turn the car into a billboard, as it has a rear-facing screen at the back of the car. Brilliant. I'm sure someone's got a use for that. Well, Daniel had a good look around the upcoming Renault Megane E-Tech. He was impressed with the digital cockpits and the boot space and the price tag under 40,000 euros. And this amount of features, he says Renault could be onto a winner. That's enough from us today. Please leave a comment below. Let's keep the conversation going. What do you think about the cars that we've talked about? And don't forget, check out all our other excellent videos that Daniel shot for us at Munich at the IAA show. You can check them out on the channel and let us know what you think of your favourite or most interesting car in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. It tells us to make more just like it. And we'll see you on the next one.